Evaluation complete. Naughtiness levels exceed all projections. What has this world become?
So today, we're looking at update 16 for December 10th, 2019. Getting some good stuff. I'm happy, and I know a lot of us have been eager for the nuclear winter stuff, but I'll get to that shortly. As it approaches the end of the year, now they finally have their different holiday events. Looking at the holiday Scorched, starting in just a few days. We're looking at Thursday, December 12th. We're gonna go on the hunt. We're gonna be hunting down Scorched. If you take them down, you find the um, holiday gift. You'll be able to kind of break that down and claim new loot. A little bit more about that shortly. Then we're just saying ho ho ho, Santatron is here. Unlocks a free Santatron. So this is awesome. Besides the fact that free is for me, if you wound up waiting for, not picking the Collectron, you're like, all right, I don't want to get the Collectron, I don't want to get the fridge. You eventually now can claim a free one that's going to give you toys, candy, and more, they're saying. So at the bare minimum, you're going to get some sort of food that might go towards challenges. You're going to get toys that will break down maybe into like plastics, lead, who knows? Let's see what that actually means. And then it's saying more, so they might just give you random junk as well. So it's good, because now if you didn't spend any money or atoms, on that, you're going to have your own Santatron. We finally get private mode in private worlds. So we'll be able to switch it between a friends only kind of setup, and anybody can join. Or let me phrase that, like a team only with your friends, which I'm going to get into that a little bit later, but it's a little weirder than they're making it sound. It's not fully private, but we'll get back to that. Today we have map voting, so we are definitely dropping Creamery. The Flatwoods map is an option. We're going to be able to choose between them. I'm not voting Morgantown. And I'm just saying this now, if we wind up jumping in, and I notice that we're losing to Morgantown, I might leave, which is also going to be some speculation that I want to see. Is that going to be a problem? Is that going to cause issues for people making, choice to go into one map or another, and all of a sudden a bunch of people leave because it's not the map they wanted? I mean, if it's an even split and 20 people leave because they didn't get the map they wanted, which realistically is only 5 teams, that could cause some issues, but they also address something similar to that, so I'll get back to that shortly as well. And then we're looking at holiday challenges for nuclear winter as well. We're talking about not just the challenges we're going to get later on, but I don't understand this. Halloween challenges are back starting tomorrow. The challenges for Christmas begin December 17th. So starting off, and this kind of reminds me of like Ark Survival Evolved, hunting down skins, kind of like, let's say, during the Halloween events where you can get the skeleton version of a dinosaur. So now it's saying that some Scorched will be dropping holiday gifts, and they're referring to them as holiday Scorched. And then when you drop them, you can get up to rare plans, which is kind of interesting. They're saying a few things like crafting components, aids. Like, I want to say the things that really intrigues me. If they're saying rare plans, how rare are we talking? Are we talking about the infamous plasma grenade plan? Are we talking about other rare stuff that people can't get from events because you have to run it 1,000 times? We're also saying the higher quality of the gift, the better chance of rare loot. And this, they're also talking about, be sure to check in with your favorite vendors. They're talking about craft your own holiday gifts. And that apparently they're selling wrapping paper. You can use it to craft holiday gifts of your own to give to others. So I'm not really sure if there's some weird I'm going to make a gift, hand it to you. I don't know what its contents are. Maybe you open it and it's a random chance of something good, and then you send something to me. So if this is something we can buy daily, maybe we should max out if possible. I don't know. We still have to see what that actually means. And also, this will be a 2-week event. We're looking at December 12th to December 26th. Now going back to the Santatron in the Atomic Shop. Again, besides the whole free is for me, this is an awesome alternative to the Collectron. And this is also interesting because people joining the game now, and if they're looking at, this free kind of weekend, are they going to get spoiled? And they're like, oh, look, I get my own, Collectron, kind of. I think that's going to work well, um, especially that seems like some of the things that they wind up putting in the Atomic Shop, it's like you can kind of get variants of, or you wait a little bit longer, they put something for free in there, kind of like the wallpapers. If you waited long enough, guess what? Now we're getting free wallpapers left and right. And they're saying while the Holiday Scorched event is going, the Santatron will also occasionally find a holiday gift of random quality. So that's good. So let's, I guess, set our Collectrons to Santatron mode and see if it can also get us some daily goodies. Let's see. And they're also mentioning that you can only have one station at a time as well. Um, like I was mentioning, one Collectron or the Santatron, but then you have to claim yours before, let's say, New Year's, because then you're not going to be able to get any more. So, you can use yours after they leave the shop, but be sure to claim them as soon as possible. We have a few weeks, that's fine. This is kind of one of those things that newer people jumping into the game might not know, so I guess let's try to keep that mentioned here and there so people know. All right, so moving on to challenges, and I like this because it finally makes me think that they're listening. Saying in response to community feedback, we have revisited many of our existing challenges in order to make them more player-friendly and remove others that had too many requirements. So a lot of us know this. It's like, damn, you have to go kill this while wearing this, or you have to go. Some of those aren't bad, but some of them are like, okay, I never see this event, and now I need to also wait for it to spawn. And, so I can imagine some of the issues with that, or kill, rat ants or something weird. And then you go to spawn at, let's say, the one place in Watoga that has ants, but then you run there and a deathclaw kills it. Maybe you have to see what this turns out to be over the next, let's say, couple weeks in the challenge menu, but maybe they're pulling back a little bit on that to make it easier, so that's good. They're starting to listen to us. At least in terms of that. I think over time they've shown more responsiveness in what we're complaining about. The transparency is lacking a little bit, but something like this makes me think, okay, like just a small, quality of life thing like that. And they're saying that they've updated the daily and weekly challenges so they're more straightforward, simpler to complete. They want to help them feel like they're a part of the core experience of the game. So, but that's not yet. That's going to start January 1st, 2020. We are getting some holiday music in the Atomic Shop in terms of sound updates. UI got a couple of updates. So we got private worlds. So private worlds are finally private. We're getting a button to choose between private, and it's going to be in terms of team only and all friends. So it's interesting because if you do team only and you play, by yourself, it's single player. Single player is finally in the game. You can jump in and, have a private experience. Nobody can bug you for a bit. Then at the same time, you can have up to a 4-player team private experience, right? So now let's say 4 of us go in and we're like, all right, we're going to do Vault 94. We can do it that way, and then nobody can join, the server, or you don't have to worry about, like, let's just say you have a vendor, your vending machine's going, and one of your friends jumps in and doesn't know you're busy, doesn't know you're capped, something simple like that. Now you can prevent that and actually have your own private world. But I wonder what happens if somebody crashes out. Do you have to leave and come back? Can you invite them from the main menu? Are there workarounds? Because then that means I don't think that person can join. Can you turn it on and off while you're in, a private world? So these are just questions I'm thinking of right off the bat. So we're looking at, I guess, up to 4 player private sessions, or a solo play, or again, the entire server can join. And now, this one I thought was a little weird. They're saying item transfer. It is no longer possible to transfer items into a dead enemy's inventory. That almost sounds like there was an exploit involved, but apparently that's not a thing. Nuclear Winter got some updates, and I'm very happy about this. Again, they added Flatwoods back to Nuclear Winter, and map voting begins at the start of each match. So we'll be able to jump in there, cast our vote. Once you cast your vote, it's a one-time cast, so you're not going to be able to just go back and forth like, say it's Call of Duty. You cast your vote and you go back and forth between the maps just to maybe like encourage somebody to move around or just to be like a troll. Can't do that. Apparently, you cast your vote once, it's in. And if you were wondering, if there is a tie, Zax will actually choose randomly. So let's see if we actually have a tie. I'm curious to know what people's interests are, how many people will vote. Out of our team of 4, I guarantee you all 4 of us will be voting all the time. Just to think of how many people are playing in total, like, will everybody vote? Will some people, I don't know, let's find out. And then now, speaking of Nuclear Winter, the challenges for the Halloween stuff is back, or is coming back. And so now, starting tomorrow, if you had any progress prior to the event when the window was going off last time, you can pick up where you left off. They preserved, all your progress you've made. So December 11th to the 16th, you have another shot at whatever Halloween challenges you might have missed. So if you're missing the glowing skeleton stuff, you got that. And then we can also get 6 new Christmas challenges. So with cosmetics, they mentioned some rewards that we'll be able to get starting December 17th to January 6th. Talking that, let's see. So we can get some wrap presents for the camp. We can get wrapping paper hunting rifle paint, a snowflake metal armor skin, which I'm kind of interested in. If it just makes like the metal paint like painted white or like a frosty kind of. What are we going for here? They're saying a new outfit, and that's like 4 items. They're saying more, so we're looking at 2 more things that they're not mentioning yet. Again, they're going to be decorating the vault for a more festive vault, they're saying, and just putting holiday decorations around just like they did for Halloween. So I think this is also an interesting update for matchmaking. They're saying that the storm will now automatically constrict the starting area to account for the number of players that begin the match. So this is kind of like what I was mentioning before. I want to play only one map tonight, but let's say fate doesn't have that in its cards for me. Let's say it's going to be Morgantown, 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 and we just leave. So what happens if almost half the people leave and there's 30 people? Sounds like the storm will constrict. It will not do any crazy damage to start off, but it will force you to meet up faster. And then they're also saying that, this is going to encourage quicker matches overall. And then, this is also so that players spend more time on the battlefield, less time in the matchmaking queue, and they're saying, get, to the fun more quickly. So let's see. I think that's really considerate. It's like, what's the one negative coming out with matchmaking? Well, if somebody, people leaving or not getting their way, then this is the backup. This is the, okay, well, now there's not a full lobby. We'll make sure that it can go quicker. Another good thing, and I find this very interesting, for sound, it got a few updates, but the important one is the emotes. Inside Vault 51, emote music and sound effects will become quieter or stop playing the further a candidate moves away from someone who uses an emote. I find this funny because it's like trolls who are spamming the emotes are forcing Bethesda to fix kind of how quickly an emote can be annoying or these different sound glitches or things stacking. This is already the second time they've revisited sound directly related to emotes. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, that's good. Just you're giving them something to fix long term that we don't have to worry about down the road. And hopefully, if we do, it's already in place and they can tweak it further. That goes for almost any fix that they implement. Also saying for user interface, we're getting new tutorial entries, and this is going to be useful, especially, during free-to-play weekends. So if they do more of those, and we see a lot more of those throughout the year, as opposed to just sprinkled here and there, um, for some, new people, if they see a tutorial, they can jump in, they can read whatever new entries have been added and help them out starting off. There's nothing major in terms of the general bug fixes for art and graphics. Some camp crafting and workshop updates. One that I thought was important in the combat section, and I keep referring to them as stun locks. They're calling them stagger locks. Added mitigation for an issue in which ranged enemies could repeatedly cripple a player's limbs, causing multiple stagger animations to play back to back. They're saying, please note, while this issue is now much less likely to occur, it is possible that you may encounter it. We are investigating a more complex fix for a future update. So I run into this multiple times where it seems like character winds up like hobbling over back to back, and then I just die because I can't fight back, and I'm fighting like a pea shooter gutsy, and it shoots me like 3 times and I die, and I can't do anything because its first shot, I guess it's crippling my limbs. I guess that's what it's doing. Never really connected the two together. I've noticed that sometimes when I get in those fights, if I do survive, I'm walking away like with 1 or 2 broken legs. And if they're saying that it still might occur, I'm going to keep an eye out for this to see if I'm still running into this. Another good fix for enemies. Corpses, they're saying enemy corpses no longer sometimes disappear shortly after death. So I guess this is the issue where we kill something, we run up to it and try to pick it up, and all of a sudden it teleports back to its original spawn point. Um, so hopefully if we're chasing a legendary, it just doesn't disappear in the middle of us trying to loot it. So I thought this was kind of funny. Down in the general fixes, they're saying exploits implemented multiple fixes to address exploits that could be abused to create an unfair advantage. I don't even know what that means. Like that sounds super like broad and as general as they could make it. Doesn't even like. I mean, that's great. It sounds good, even if you're just saying that and copying and pasting it, whatever. For exploits, they addressed an exploit related to the purveyor. So I guess people were taking advantage of the purveyor somehow and maybe re-rolling more items than they should. I don't. Curious to know what that's about. Down in items, anybody that's a jetpack user, hopefully you're getting your answer today. With the jetpack fix, kind of workaround and button combo. I know somebody mentioned this earlier with the legendary weapons. The 250 damage resistance while reloading legendary effect no longer negates the effect of that weapon's primary legendary attribute. I had no idea about that. When you were reloading, that would cause that issue, so you might have a few of those items, and maybe they just weren't feasible before because of what I was doing. Yeah, then another one they're saying is with ranged weapons, some of them might actually emit a continual humming sound. I've never ran into that, so that's good. A few others, nothing major there. Then for localization, I mean, this is great fix for people playing in other languages other than English. So, for example, if you are playing in another language other than English, they fixed untranslated, partially translated, and mistranslated text, game menus, and throughout the game. They plan to fix more of this as Wastelanders comes out for that update. So that's, good that people are getting the full experience. I mean, if the untranslated text or just weird, imagine being in a different language and not getting the full text or not being able to read or, whatever it's in front of you. Performance and stability, I'm happy every time I see this. I hope that even if it's a copy and paste, please just keep encouraging more of this. Performance implemented multiple improvements for server performance. Stability addressed multiple issues that could result in a server crash. Honestly, I feel like they've just been copying and paste these, but I hope that a lot of things are getting fixed because we run into so many issues and so many crashes. Another one, stability, fixes server crash related to player vending machines. And the last stability, fix an issue that could cause the game to crash on Xbox One. So maybe we're running into that. If I crash any less than I do, or if anybody else, the community as well is, crashing less, hopefully, fingers crossed. There's some quest and event fixes. Let's see, nothing crazy. UI, I've had this one. Main menu on Xbox, switching user accounts after reaching the main menu no longer causes error messages to appear. But I've had that a few times, so finally, I guess that's fixed. Moving down to nuclear winter bug fixes, and I'm happy um, that we've gotten not only nuclear winter updates, but I guess I have to start thinking more outside the box. Because when I see things like this, I'm like, wow, why aren't we thinking of this? Um, they're saying for build, the scavenger collectron station is not usable in nuclear winter and will no longer appear placeable in camp menus. So does that mean that we were able to um, place these? I mean, I would also assume that they have placeholders for the Santatron bot. But could you imagine being a nuclear winter and all of a sudden you see like somebody's Scavengertron bot walking up to you and just talking to you or something? I don't know how we didn't try this, but so I find that funny to see that. I'm happy that people are thinking outside the box, I guess, and just breaking the game for Bethesda so they know how to fix everything moving forward. Which it's almost like, why don't you make every item coming out not placeable in nuclear winter? How is that not just a default thing to do? We have an exploit, addressed an exploit that could allow players to remain in stealth longer than intended. Never knew about that. I never noticed any issues with that. I don't know if anybody else did, but that's good that we can avoid that. And there's some items and some UI fixes. They received a few, but nothing crazy. I mean, that's really wrapping up patch 16. Patch 16 is lighter than the last. It seems like for the past couple updates, we've gotten actually a little bit less, but a little bit more in terms of quality of life. And now at this point, it's better that we've had almost this little gap of no content because they're adding smaller fixes, like kind of more often. They're adding different events throughout the year. So like last one was Halloween. Now we're looking at this. Before Halloween it was Meat Week. I would assume that the next one can't be Fashnot. There's got to be something from now to Fashnot, but again, it's almost better that they're working on content on the side, and then they're going to release that later as they're doing these smaller updates, and hopefully fixing the game more and more. The more server stability, the better. The better. you know, I would say with these exploits that we keep seeing, like, oh, fix an exploit related to the purveyor, that makes me think, is there just a bunch of crazy roles of certain legendaries that somebody could maybe choose how they wanted that item to roll, and now they're flooding the market with it? Who knows? They keep things very vague, and I guess they're not mentioning it unless it's like you stumble upon some Reddit post. In any case, any of these things that they're fixing, I'm happy. As much as I do want more content, I'm happy to see that there's these fixes. And I guess at the same time, I want old content. I want to be able to go to Flatwoods and drop Creamery, drop Vaultec Agriculture, drop a few of the other places throughout the map, and I finally got that after a few weeks of us, all being excited for this. And I've been speculating that they were going to do a map picker or just go back to the first map or something like that. I'm happy that they did go with a map picker. Um, Even if there's data mined their winter maps, I think this is going to be a huge test for them. Because let's just say nobody really drops Morgantown for like a few months. And I'm not saying that I'm going to refuse to play Morgantown after like tonight or tomorrow. Um, but if they notice that one map is not played as much as another, what's the feasibility of adding another map? Are you splitting the players more and more every time? Because then that's also how you lose players because when you have too many options, you start to lose some people. But overall, I think this is a good step in the right direction of nuclear winter, seasonal events, private worlds finally being private, giving us the Santatron. I mean, this is the season. So this is a bug that I'm running into as well. You see play Atomic Shop social, but you don't see my character. I don't trust the game when I see that. So anytime I see that, I'm gonna crash out and reload it. I think that's probably the safest thing to do. Especially that there are bugs out there where people are losing their, pictures or their photo gallery. That's super sketchy. Food. Candy or food? Okay, there we go. Now that my ears aren't being blown out by the main menu music. Alright, so whatever, I'll hop on my main. Now I'm gonna go to a private world. I'm going to hit team only. Over encumbered, okay. I should be by default alone. Let's see if anybody can join off me. Not allowed. You are not allowed on this private world because you aren't on the same team. So apparently that is notification you're seeing. I have set the world correctly, so it's whatever you read at the bottom is what the world is set to, not you click it to go to it or something. Now to check out the Atomic Shop. War Hero statue? Does this thing like shoot? Can I see a GIF, please? This is where, photos don't do you justice. A little animation would help. Caravan trader, what? Oh man, this is fancy. I uh I think I need this, even if it's for like a few days. I'm staring at it like I need this. Wrapped trap loot bag. What? Oh, so I can just have this as a gift for my loot bag? Oh man, I might get this. Ender sign set? Oh. Oh, this is kind of cool. Top quality ammo, all types, armor for you. Available here, food and I love this. Oh man, I need this. Legendary weapons available. This is what I need. I need to see. Oh, why could this be cheaper, please? So we can like have people, actually throwing this in there. I don't need a sign showing legendary weapons. It would be nice to see people use this. What I need is for Bethesda to cut the middleman out and put in, when you look at somebody's base, it says legendaries or just normal or something. Because sometimes I see 20 armor and I'm like, oh, this guy might have something good and I need to shop around. I get there and he's got, uh, you know, witch outfits and there's nothing good. There's no legendaries, so that would be useful. I think I'm gonna get this. I think I've seen a couple things that I'm interested in, but so far this really jumps at me. Snag that. I don't care about vending machine upgrades. I don't need to change the color on that. A rustic sink. I don't need this either, and I think this is a very awkward way to show it off, but I appreciate showing scale. Eh. Rustic fountain. A holiday tree. Oh, that's a good size too. What is this though? It looks so weird. This isn't even a good holiday tree. Like, do we really need those supports? It looks like a prop set at like a play. This makes me think the tree is like fake. Thing's not gonna blow away. It doesn't have physics. Can we please just remove the stand at the bottom, please? Then I'll give you another 300 atoms of mine. I'll think about that, but that's not appealing to me today. Green thumb I got last time. Bundle's still going. Oh man, I have the dark laminate, but I don't have the light wood laminate. Would it be cheaper for me to wait for the light wood laminate to come back out on sale, or do I buy it as a bundle? That's rough. Antlers. I see a few people with these. I feel like this year people might jump back onto the antler cruise. Slave. Oh, you know what? I didn't like the Halloween one, but I kind of like this. Sleigh bell skin. Yeah, I might put some thought into this. I might actually get this, but again, it's 500 atoms. I'm gonna try to portion what I'm picking up. Colored lights. You know what? Getting colored lights. Frostbite paint. Yeah, I don't. I mean, this is interesting, but I don't use power armor, so I'm gonna stay away from that. Holiday emotes. I got this last year. Um, I'm happy that I did get them because I still use them. I still use the angry super mutant. I still use the thumb up, the thumb down. I don't use any of the others. I used literally three of them and totally didn't regret it. Still use it a year later. Comic sale. So you're getting your Santatron. Got some sales, I guess, for this. Limited time, whatever. The Guts loot bag. I don't know if anybody was still on the fence of getting a loot bag, but if you want the Guts, it's on sale. Fridge is on sale. Oh man, I'm not getting the fridge. You can't tempt me. And that's it, right? Yeah, Fallout first. This is already last time. This was the more recent item. So now the question is, do I spend 500 on sleigh bells? Do I spend 540 on the light wood laminate? I have the dark one. I like the dark one. I also do appreciate if you're in a darker area, the light wood might be a better choice. So that's why I'm pushing for light wood. The light wood laminate I don't think has been out on sale in a while. Where would this be? So, oh, wait a second. Yeah, that's not worth it. I have the dark wood laminate. It would be more expensive for me to buy the bundle than it would for me to buy this. I'm just gonna wait for the light wood laminate to go on sale. This thing's just been chilling. There's no need for me to cave in to that. That was the only free thing. Check the notification real quick. It's holiday tree. I'm gonna wait. Wrapped trap loot bag. I might get. I'm looking at three, basically 500. Actually, no, because I'm not getting this anymore. So it's two 500 choices here. Either the sleigh bell skin for the death tambo or this loot bag. Because now I can have my. I'm doing it. That's it. Whatever. So I'm going to equip this for only my drop bag. And then when I go to my skins, I go to my loot bag, I'm going to equip the tombstone only on death. So if I die, you get a tombstone, you'll know that's, hey, that's me dying. If I'm dropping you stuff that you can pick up, that's a gift bag. So here's the question, can I just like reprogram it and that's good enough? Christmas gifts. Give me Christmas gifts. Subroutine. Success. Holiday cheer, please. Off you go. Ho ho ho.
Today's junk output is error. Sensors are dirty. Boys and girls scanning. Scanning. None could be located. This world has become a desolate nightmare. Happy holidays.
Oh my. That was the first thing it said to me. There are apparently no good girls and boys. And now this world has become a desolate nightmare.
Like in your stocking? Note, stockings not included.
Appreciate this. This is like the fashion parade all over again.
Flatwoods or Morgantown? Ooh.
Oh, dude, Flatwoods.
Ooh,
Flatwoods.
Flatwoods.
Yeah.
Actually, wasn't high enough. Yay, glitches, Bethesda.
I'm seeing some people are voting for Morgantown, which I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting today.
Yes!
Yes.
Oh, yes.
This feels so weird.
Oh,
Where
where
was so
do I
weird.
spawn? Where do I spawn?
Feels
There?
so weird.
I feel like
Oh.
I'm going back in time.
I feel like I want to spawn over here. Over here.
I know.
Right?
This feels. Oh my god, I was not expecting this. I honestly thought we should spawn up here for a sec, but that's Vault-Tec. That's not even. Oh my.
I like Vault-Tec. I like the relay tower as well.
Oh man, good luck.
And how beat ya? Someone behind me shooting me?
It's a reload. Let me grab my.
Damn, you got both of them?
Yeah.
No great loss.
Yeah, nice guy. I
You
see
need
the hit
45.
marker.
Yeah, they're on the
There.
cliff side, I think.
Yeah, I see him. I'm looking right at him.
Yeah, I don't have them rendered in.
He like retreated, kind of.
I shot him in the head. Twice.
There
Nice.
you go.
He's dead.
I'll bait him.
A shotgun?
Where?
That's it. Across the street. 2-car garage.
Oh, I see him. Oh, he totally got me. Yay!
Did you get him?
Nice. You can take his 50 cal. I will take his rounds for my.
That's a
Medium
grenade. Grenade,
rifle.
somebody on us.
Oh shit! I walked right into him.
Shit.
Could you
Okay.
revive me again? Thank you. I'm
To
awful.
go back and finish looting. I heard a grenade, I just booked it. Two more. Say that.
Two more? We gotta
more.
do Helvetia and then something. We have to do like a full.
Sure. Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Relay tower. 3 more.
Hmm.
Oh.
3 more.
3 more.
It's only
Into the stream?
9:01. We can be done 3 more.
Yeah,
Like
it's only
9:30.
It's only 2:01. We can we could be done.
It's only 2:01, he says. Tomorrow's
Okay,
gonna be like,
Gareth.
it's only 5 in the morning. I should probably
It's
go
only 5 in the morning. I should probably go.
before it becomes 8.
Let's just go straight to work.
God.
He's like, see you guys. He just goes straight out the door. Doesn't even get ready. He's like, I'm good. I'm ready from
I'm
yesterday.
just gonna go. I'm just gonna go.
Gareth, this is
Still in my clothes.
Yes.
Keep my
Gareth's
headset on my
at
head.
work that works on fire, but he's still like in his pajamas and he's got his like controller
Just
and
sitting
headset
there.
on still.
Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Everything's fine. I'd say 5% have probably got better skill than me. The other 95%, they're either losing
They're
lag
cheating.
switches, auto aims,
Aiming through walls.
aiming through walls, curved bullets, invincibility, you know, god mode, etc.